Hey, welcome back to the channel. In the world of crocodilians, there are 27 different species. And there are a lot of videos out there of people trying to explain to you how to tell an alligator from a crocodile or even a gharial. But those videos only are talking about the generalized differences between the three families. If you take a look at the crocodile family, for example, there are 17 different species. Yeah, 17 different types of crocodiles. How do you tell one of them from the other? So, this is the first of a new series of videos I want to make called What's That Croc? And today, we're going to talk about the differences between two closely related species, the Morelet crocodile and the American crocodile. So stay right here. You're watching Croc Chat, and I'm Mark Perpetua. American crocodiles, scientifically known as Crocodilus acutus, are a larger species. They average around 12 feet in length and occasionally can go up to or even over 15 feet long. The American crocodile ranges from parts of South America through Central America, Mexico, and then across the Caribbean to the south of Florida in the U.S. Altogether, the American crocodile is found in 17 different countries. The Morelet crocodile, known as Crocodilus moreleti, is a medium-sized croc. They normally only reach about 9 feet in length, with occasional big males approaching 10 feet. The Morelet crocodile is native to the east coast of Mexico, into Belize and part of Guatemala. The ranges of the two overlap, but there are differences that will let you know which is which with a little practice. American crocodiles prefer coastal habitats with water with higher salinity. Morelet crocs, well, they prefer freshwater habitat with lots of cover. However, this doesn't mean that they don't cross over habitats, and the two do come in contact with each other frequently. And while the two do look similar, there are some things to look for when trying to identify them. Let's first take a look at the American crocodile. This crocodile here shows the typical V-shaped snout of all crocodiles. But if we look more closely at the head, you'll notice American crocs have a high cranial table. What this means is the top of the skull between the eyes sits really high, meaning their eyes have to sit lower in the orbits or the eye sockets. The other thing we'll notice is right in front of the eyes, a preorbital hump. This gives a large hump in front of the eyes before the nose tapers down. You'll also notice if there are any markings, they're usually small square-shaped markings along the sides of the American croc. Another giveaway on the American crocodile that you need to look for is the arrangement of scutes and osteoderms on their back. You'll notice in this close-up here that there is no neat rows like we will see on some other crocodilians. Instead, the American crocodile has a more scattered appearance. Here's one last view at the markings along the side and a classical preorbital hump on the American crocodile. CrocChat is sponsored by rodentpro.com. Not only do they supply me with the quality feeders for all my reptiles, they are offering you a 10% discount for being a supporter of CrocChat. Use the code CrocChat10 with your next Rodent Pro order. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the Morelet crocodile. And one of the first things we'll see is the typical crocodile V-shaped nose. But one of the characteristics that the Morelet crocodile is known for is having a much wider, broader head. And that is even apparent here in this smaller juvenile Morelet crocodile. Next, we'll take a look at a profile view. You'll notice there is no preorbital hump. In fact, the entire skull seems to fit much lower, allowing the eyes to sit much higher. The Morelet's crocodile has a very low cranial table, and the eyes fit much higher up in the orbits or eye sockets, appearing to be on top of the head. Then we'll take a look at the scutes and osteoderms along the back. You'll notice in the Morelet's crocodile, they do form nice, neat rows. Finally, if we do see any markings, they're usually in the form of diagonal bands, both on the sides of the body and along the tail. And as Morelet's crocodiles grow, many of them develop a darker back with beautiful gold-flecked scales on the side. CrocChat is the official channel for the Crocodilian Conservation Project. And now we also have a merch store. Go check out the Gator Gear store, either through my website, reptileprograms.com, or you can find the link in the description for this video. A portion of every sale will go towards saving endangered crocodilians. All right, so which one do we have here? The American crocodile or the Morelet's crocodile? And how about this one? Is this an American crocodile or a Morelet's crocodile? You also have to be careful when on the internet. I found this picture labeled as an American crocodile, but it is not an American crocodile. And to find out which species it is, well, you're going to have to keep an eye out for the next episode of What's That Croc? So as always, thanks for watching. Till next time, later, Gator.